I'm asking the question, who runs Australia? You would have seen it at the start. And I've got some surprises for a lot of you, I think. We've been talking to people, as we do every day, about who runs Australia. And I'm going to put up some stuff for you now to have a look at. It's not official, it's not government publication, don't quote me on it. And you'll probably, some of you might even disagree with it. But I think you'll see the point that I'm trying to make at the end. The most powerful force in Australia is the media. The second most powerful force in Australia are high-profile politicians. I mean, they can call a news conference any time of the day, night, Saturday, Sunday, any time they like, and they can say whatever they bloody well like and do. The third most powerful force in Australia, in our view, is the gay community. I mean, they changed the constitution. You could add unions in there too if you wanted to. The fourth most powerful force in Australia are the Aboriginals. A small percentage of Aboriginal activists want to see Australia burned to the ground. They want to change the flag. They want to change Australia Day to Invasion Day. And the fifth most powerful force in Australia are the Muslim community. Paying halal certification, we're not allowed to say Easter anymore, we're not allowed to say Christmas anymore, yada yada yada. Now there's the list. But there's a problem. Have you spotted it yet? Well, have you? Here is what Australia should look like. That's gone, and this is what should be there. Do you see the difference? That is what is wrong with our nation. The people have the right and the responsibility to determine what happens in our nation. That's the way our constitution works. But we're just not doing it. Now I believe we've been encouraged over many years not to do it, to just sit on our arse and do nothing and relax and let the politicians do what they like. And let's be sure about it, they are doing exactly as they like. And that's one of the reasons that has led us to where we are now, which we are in a lot more trouble than many people think. Lots more, let me assure you. This is what we have to attack. And the only way we can do that is by banding together, as the Constitution tells us we must or should. And my suggestion is subscribe to the Will of Australians newsletter. If you just subscribe today, I will immediately send you a copy of the interim report, which is a 5-page report, chock-a-block full of stuff that I reckon is going to turn the hairs on the back of your neck up. It's pretty scary stuff, let me tell you. I'll send you that immediately if you respond and subscribe today. In fact, I'll put up a thumbnail, so if you want you can pause the video so you can read just the front page, you can read it. I'll put that up now for you. That's what I want you to do. Please subscribe to the Will of Australians newsletter. I will send you the interim report immediately, and we can then begin to converse, and I believe we'll get this country back on track. I really believe it with all my heart. Now that we've established who the most powerful force should be in Australia, let's just remind each other of the real situation. Australia is a democracy. If you look in your dictionary, it will tell you a democracy means government by the people. Australia exists for the benefit of the people. It doesn't exist for the benefit of the politicians. It doesn't exist for the benefit of business. It doesn't exist for the benefit of the major corporations, banks, oil companies and so on, making their millions and billions. We're in fact doing them a favour doing business with them. Australia exists. That's why Australia is here, for the benefit of the people. Now, my initiative is totally peaceful, totally respectful. There should be no losers in what I'm proposing. We can all be winners. I hope you will support this initiative. Okay, now, if you're an Australian and you don't care about selling your assets, which they belong to you, all of our assets, water, gas, electricity, ports, businesses, trams, trains, they belong to you, the Australian people. They don't belong to the government or the politicians, they belong to you. If you're not concerned about selling those off, save the $6, don't bother buying the newsletter. If you're not concerned about flooding Australia with people from all around the world, clogging up our infrastructure, many of you will know what it's like on the road in the morning or the night time. If you're not concerned about flooding our country with all of these new people, then save your $6. You don't need to buy the Gazette. If you're concerned about, or if you're not concerned I should say, about changing Australia into a republic when we're the second best country in the world out of 188 countries in the Human Development Index, if you're not concerned about changing to a republic, save your $6. You don't need to buy the Gazette. And if you're not concerned about the change to our culture, which I believe is being dismantled by the day before our very eyes, if you're not concerned about that, don't bother spending the $6, save it. Buy yourself a cup of coffee. But if you are concerned about any of those things, then I urge you, most sincerely, please consider purchasing the Will of Australians newsletter, Gazette if you like. If you subscribe today, as I said before, if you subscribe today, I will immediately send you the interim report, which will give you a good guide as to where we're heading as a nation, and that will be followed up with no extra charge with the 6 newsletters as they become available. I hope you'll consider coming along and joining us. My final comment is, this is absolutely serious. I truly and honestly believe, because we're getting enormous support now, amazing support in fact, and I believe that this is going to create history. I really honestly do. I'd love you to be a part of it. I hope you'll consider being part of it, and if you do, I will welcome you with open arms, truly. All the best for the moment. God bless Australia.